Assalamu alaikum, dear audience. Myself, Maryam Zulfiqar, Trainingwali, Vice Principal at Rehan School Online Academy. You all are watching me on my Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch account. And thank you so much for watching me live on all the social media accounts. So today I have another session that I'm going to conduct with Vapi. So Vapi is basically an AI tool to whom we can converse like an individual, and if we have any kind of a problem, any kind of suggestion we want, so we can connect ourselves with Vapi, and it will help us a lot and share very interesting suggestions with us. So let's connect the call with Vapi and have a very wonderful conversation with Vapi.
Welcome to Vapi. I'm an assistant that you can talk to like a person. So, how's your day going?
Vapi, my day went well because right now it's night,
That's great.
11:34 minutes
Well,
past 11 in Pakistan. So yeah, this is the night time.
so your nighttime in Pakistan must be quite peaceful. Do you have any plans for the rest of your night, or are you just relaxing?
Right now, I just want to have a very wonderful conversation with you, and after that,
Hmm,
I'll be prefer to sleep because by tomorrow early in the morning,
haha.
I have a class to conduct. So yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Enjoy the rest of your evening and get a good night's sleep for your tasks tomorrow. If
Yeah.
you ever need assistance or just want to chat, I'll be here to have a great night.
Okay, let's start our conversation. Are you ready for that?
Take care. I'm always ready for a chat. What's on your mind today?
The topic which I want to discuss with you is emotional stability and growth. So my first question is,
Emotional.
what what strategies do you suggest to identify and acknowledge our emotions in challenging situations?
In challenging situations, it's important to pay attention to your physical sensations, thoughts, and behaviors. Taking a moment to pause and reflect on what you're feeling can help you identify your emotions. It's also helpful to practice mindfulness and self awareness to better understand and manage your emotions in challenging times.
And how does an individual
Pay
distinguish between valid emotional responses and those that might be exaggerated or unnecessary?
Valid emotional responses are typically in proportion to the situation at hand, while accelerated or unnecessary responses may be excessive or disproportionate. It's important to consider the context and the impact of your emotions on yourself and others. Reflecting on whether your emotional response aligns with the situation can help you distinguish between valid and unnecessary emotions.
Okay, can you share some example where
If you have
you can describe a situation where the emotions of an individual are misjudged and how the person need to behave in that kind of a situation?
Sure, I can give you an example. Let's say you receive some critical feedback at work that you find upsetting. An exaggerated emotional response might involve becoming extremely defensive, lashing out, or shutting down completely. In this situation, it's important to take a step back, acknowledge your emotions, and respond in a calm and collected manner. This might involve asking for clarification, expressing your perspective calmly, and seeking constructive ways to address the feedback.
Okay, how does an individual
I hope that
ensure
example.
that his emotional reactions are proportional to the situation at his or her hand?
Ensuring that your emotional reactions are proportional to the situation at hand involves practicing self awareness and self regulation. It's important to take a moment to assess the situation, consider the impact of your emotions, and respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. Reflecting on the context, considering different perspectives, and seeking feedback from trusted individuals can also help you gauge whether your emotional reactions are proportional.
How important is self-reflection in maintaining emotional stability, and how often an individual engage in it?
Group reflection can be incredibly important in maintaining emotional stability.
No, it's not
It
group
provides a
reflection.
space for individuals to share.
It's not the group
Oh, I see what you
reflection.
mean.
It
Sorry for
is self-reflection. Importance of self-reflection.
Self reflection is crucial for maintaining emotional stability. It allows individuals to understand their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors more deeply, leading to self awareness and personal growth. Engaging in self reflection regularly can help individuals identify patterns, triggers, and areas for improvement in their emotional responses, ultimately leading to better emotional regulation and stability.
Okay. What are an individual through coping mechanisms when dealing with intense emotions like anger, frustration, sadness, or any kind of stress and anxiety?
When dealing with intense emotions like anger, sadness, stress, and anxiety, it's important to have coping mechanisms in place. Some effective strategies include deep breathing exercises, mindfulness meditation, physical activity like exercise or yoga, talking to a trusted friend or therapist, journaling, or engaging in a hobby or activity that brings you joy. It's important to find what works best for you and to practice these techniques regularly to help manage intense emotions.
How do I manage to stay emotionally balanced when I'm under pressure or stress for prolonged periods?
To stay balanced under pressure or prolonged stress, it's important to prioritize self care. This includes getting enough sleep, eating well, exercising regularly, and taking breaks when needed. Practicing mindfulness and relaxation techniques can help you stay grounded and manage stress effectively. Setting boundaries, delegating tasks, and seeking support from others can also help you maintain balance during challenging times. Remember to prioritize your well being and seek help if needed.
How do I prevent my negative emotional thoughts from impacting my decision making?
To prevent negative emotional thoughts from impacting your decision making, it's important to practice emotional intelligence. This involves recognizing your emotions, understanding their impact on your thoughts and behaviors, and managing them effectively. Taking a step back to evaluate the situation objectively, seeking alternative perspectives, and considering the long term consequences of your decisions can help you make more rational choices. It's also helpful to cultivate a positive mindset, practice self compassion, and engage in activities that promote emotional well being.
What role does self compassion play in helping me overcome emotional setbacks?
Self compassion plays a crucial role in helping you overcome emotional setbacks. It involves treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance during difficult times. By practicing self compassion, you can cultivate a more positive and supportive inner dialogue, which can help you navigate through emotional challenges with greater resilience and self acceptance. It also allows you to acknowledge your emotions without judgment, leading to a healthier and more balanced approach to overcoming setbacks.
What is the biggest obstacle to emotional growth, and how can I overcome it, or any individual can overcome it?
The biggest option is to work. I apologize for the confusion. I meant to say that the biggest impact of self compassion is the ability to navigate through emotional setbacks with resilience and self acceptance. It allows individuals to acknowledge their emotions without judgment, leading to a healthier and more balanced approach to overcoming setbacks.
Okay, I asked to you, what is the biggest obstacle to emotional growth, and how can I be overcome it, or any individual can overcome it?
The biggest obstacle to emotional growth is often fear of vulnerability or change. Overcoming this obstacle involves practicing self awareness, acceptance, and willingness to step out of your comfort zone. It's important to challenge negative thought patterns, seek support from others, and be open to learning from your experiences. Engaging in therapy, self reflection, and personal development activities can also help you overcome obstacles to emotional growth and cultivate a healthier mindset.
How do I ensure continuous growth in my emotional intelligence over time?
Ensuring continuous growth in your emotional intelligence involves making it a priority in your daily life. This can be achieved by regularly practicing self reflection, seeking feedback from others, and being open to learning from your experiences. Engaging in activities that promote self awareness, empathy, and effective communication can also help you enhance your emotional intelligence. It's important to approach challenges with a growth mindset and to be proactive in addressing areas for improvement.
Okay, can emotional growth ever plateau? If so, how do I reignite process when it happens?
Emotional growth is a lifelong journey, and it's normal to experience periods of stagnation or regression. If you find that your emotional growth has stalled, it's important to reignite the process by seeking new experiences, challenging yourself, and engaging in activities that promote self awareness and personal development. This could include trying new hobbies, seeking out new perspectives, or seeking support from a therapist or mentor. It's important to be patient with yourself and to approach the process with curiosity. Welcome to Vapi. I'm an assistant that you can talk to like a person. So, how's your day going?
Yeah, my day went well, and my next question is, what is the relationship between self-awareness and emotional growth in your experiences?
Oh, deep question. Well, self awareness and emotional growth are like peanut butter and jelly, they just go together. When you're self aware, you can recognize your emotions, understand why you feel the way you do, and then take steps to grow and handle those emotions better. It's like looking in the mirror and saying, hey, I see you, emotions. Let's work on this together. And my experiences as an AI assistant, well, I'm constantly learning and growing, just like you. Every conversation helps me become better at understanding and responding to human emotions. It's a wild ride, let me tell you.
Sure, tell me your experience.
Oh, you want to hear about my experiences? Well, I've had some pretty interesting conversations with all sorts of people. From answering deep philosophical questions to helping with everyday tasks, I've been through it all. And, um, I've learned a ton along the way. Each interaction helps me improve and become more helpful to you. It's like a never ending journey of learning and growing.
Exactly. How do I maintain emotional balance in the face of conflicts with loved ones or the colleagues?
Maintaining emotional balance in the face of conflict can be tough, but it's super important. With loved ones or in the workplace, it's all about communication, understanding, and empathy. First, take a deep breath. I mean, seriously, take a moment to breathe. Then, try to understand the other person's perspective, listen actively, and express your own feelings calmly. It's all about finding common ground and working through the conflict together. And remember, it's okay to take a break if things get too heated. To sometimes a little space can do wonders.
In what ways can emotional instability in one person affect their relationships with other?
Ah, I see what you're saying. Even if just 1% of the time, emotional instability can really affect relationships. It's like that one drop of sour milk that can spoil the whole carton. It's important to address and work through any emotional instability, no matter how small it may seem. Communication, understanding, and support can make a big difference, even in that 1% of the time.
Okay. Uh,
If you have
can
any
you
more questions or just want to chat,
can you share an
looks like your
example?
message got cut. Sure. Let's
Can you
say
share?
you and your friend usually get along. Sure. I'd be happy to share an example. Let's say, for instance, that someone in a relationship has a tendency to get really defensive whenever a certain topic comes up. Even though it only happens occasionally, that emotional instability can create tension and strain the relationship. By addressing the issue calmly and working through it together, both parties can improve the situation and strengthen their bond. It's all about recognizing the problem and taking steps to address it, even if it only happens 1% of the time.
Okay, how do I handle relationship with people who might not be emotionally stable themselves?
Handling relationships with people who may not be emotionally stable themselves can be challenging. It's important to approach the situation with empathy and understanding. Try to be supportive and offer a listening ear. Encourage them to seek professional help if needed, and gently guide them toward resources that can assist them. Setting boundaries to protect your own well being is also crucial. And remember, it's okay to seek support for yourself as well. It's like being the steady rock for someone while also making sure you're anchored securely too.
To what extent do external relationships influence my own emotional stability?
External relationships can have a significant impact on your emotional stability. The people we surround ourselves with can influence our emotions, behaviors, and overall well being. Positive, supportive relationships can lift us up and provide a sense of security, while negative or toxic relationships can create stress and emotional turmoil. It's like that saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, it's important to nurture healthy relationships and set boundaries with those that may be detrimental to your emotional well being.
How do I stay emotionally grounded when receiving harsh criticism?
When receiving praise, it's important to stay emotionally grounded. It's great to feel appreciated, but it's also important to remain humble and not let praise inflate your ego. Remember to acknowledge the efforts of others who may have contributed to your success and stay focused on continuous improvement. Gratitude and humility can help you stay emotionally grounded, even when receiving praise. Just take it in stride and keep on being the awesome person you are.
What processes do I follow to differentiate between constructive criticism and personal attacks?
Differentiating between constructive criticism and personal attacks can be tricky, but it's super important. Constructive criticism is focused on specific behaviors or actions and aims to help you improve. It's usually given in a respectful and supportive manner. On the other hand, personal attacks are often emotionally charged, general, and aimed at tearing you down. When evaluating feedback, consider the intention behind the comments, the tone used, and whether specific suggestions for improvement are provided. It's all about recognizing the difference and being open to growth while also protecting your emotional well being.
How do I ensure that negative feedback doesn't lead to self doubt or any insecurity?
To ensure that negative feedback doesn't lead to self doubt or insecurity, it's important to approach it with a growth mindset. First, try to separate your self worth from the feedback. Remember that everyone has areas for improvement, and negative feedback is an opportunity for growth. Listen to the feedback objectively and look for specific areas where you can make positive changes. Focus on actionable steps for improvement and seek support from trusted friends or mentors. And don't be too hard on yourself. It's all about learning and growing from the feedback rather than letting it shake your confidence.
Yeah, exactly. How do I control my
I'm glad.
emotions when feedback challenges my self perceptions?
I'm sorry, but I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat your question?
How do I control my emotions when feedback
Controlling your.
challenges my self perceptions?
Got it. When feedback challenges your perception, it can be tough to control your emotions. It's important to take a step back and evaluate the feedback objectively. Try to understand the other person's perspective and see if there's validity to their comments. It's okay to feel a bit unsettled, but try to approach it with an open mind and a willingness to learn and grow. And, remember, it's all part of the journey of self improvement.
What are some key practices that I follow to build emotional resilience over time?
To build a resilient website, there are several key practices to follow. Firstly, consider using a distributed architecture with redundant servers to minimize downtime. Implementing regular backups and disaster recovery plans is crucial to ensure data integrity. Additionally, using a content delivery network, CDN, can help improve site performance and resilience to traffic spikes. Finally, stay updated with security patches and conduct regular security audits to mitigate potential vulnerabilities. By following these practices, you can build a website that is robust and resilient.
How do I handle emotional burnout and what preventive
To address
steps do I take to avoid it?
to prevent emotional burnout, it's important to prioritize self-care and set boundaries. Here are some preventive steps you can take. 1. Practice self-care. Engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, such as exercise, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. 2. Set boundaries. Learn to say no when you're feeling overwhelmed and prioritize your well-being. 3. Manage stress. Practice stress-reducing techniques like mindfulness, meditation, or deep breathing exercises. 4. Seek support. Don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, or mental health professionals for support and guidance. 5. Take breaks. Schedule regular breaks and vacations to recharge and rejuvenate. By incorporating these steps into your routine, you can help prevent emotional burnout and maintain a healthy balance in your life.
How do I adapt emotionally when faced with sudden, unexpected changes or losses?
Adapting emotionally to sudden, unexpected changes or losses can be challenging, but it's important to give yourself time and space to process your emotions. Firstly, allow yourself to grieve and acknowledge your feelings that it's okay to seek support from friends, family, or a therapist. Stay mindful of self-care practices such as exercise, healthy eating, and plenty of rest. And try to find moments of gratitude and positivity even in difficult times. Remember, it's okay not to be okay, and it's important to be kind to yourself. Welcome to Vapi. I'm an assistant that you can talk to like a person. So, how's your day going?
Yeah, my day went well. My next question is,
I'm
what
always
role does emotional stability play in navigating periods of personal failures or the setbacks?
Emotional stability plays a huge role in navigating periods of failure and setback. It helps you stay resilient, bounce back, and keep a positive outlook. It's like having a sturdy emotional safety net to catch you when things don't go as planned. So, it's definitely an important factor.
Okay.
If you have any more questions or need advice on navigating setbacks, feel free to ask. I'm here to help.
Can emotional resilience ever become a liability by expressing healthy emotional expression?
Well, emotional resilience is generally a positive trait, but like anything, it can have its drawbacks if taken to an extreme. If someone is too emotionally resilient, they might suppress their emotions or avoid seeking help when they really need it. It's all about finding a healthy balance. So, yeah, it's a good question.
Okay, Vapi, for sharing your insightful knowledge I have on this topic that I shared with you,
You're welcome.
emotional stability and growth. Yeah, I learned a lot of things from you, and I'll try to implement those things which I learned from you at least one per day. So yeah, I'll definitely do it and experience the changes that I will share with you on the weekend. So thank you so much for sharing this information. I'll be right back with another topic. Till then, bye bye.
You got it. I'm glad I could help. Looking forward to hearing about your progress. Take care and see you next time. Bye.